It's your good buddy Uncle Bill here, back with the 13 Horrors of Halloween. And last time I did Waxwork, which is an underrated anthology film, although a lot of people wouldn't consider it to be an anthology film. I really believe that it is. And this is a different type of anthology film that I'm going to show you this week, that I'm going to be reviewing. It's a new film, brand new, just came out on DVD. Was supposed to come out theatrically but never did. It is an anthology. It's much more of a Pulp Fiction-like anthology, I guess you would say, because all of the stories tie in to one another. This is Trick or Treat. Some bitch. So Michael Dougherty made this film, and it's doing really well on DVD right now. I tried to find this at least 2 times at the local Walmart, and they were sold out both times. It's a really good seller. It's a really good marketing campaign. It's called Trick or Treat, and it's coming out right around Halloween, which is a good idea. Let me give you some idea of what I think about this movie. I've actually seen this movie 3 times in the last week. Now that's unheard of for me. I don't think that this movie is... Let me put it this way. I've seen it 3 times in the last week, but I don't even think that it's not a groundbreaking, monumental film like a lot of people say. It is a great anthology film. It's really well directed. It's really got some great October-esque cinematography, some good fall color schemes, a lot of that stuff going on in the film. It's got a good cast. You've got, I'm going to tell you something about a couple of the different stories in it. There's a wraparound story that is basically it's the story that starts out and ends the film, which is a couple go to a Halloween party and they get back, and the woman is not thrilled at all with the Halloween festivities, and she, knocks over the pumpkin and basically berates her husband for wanting to go to a Halloween costume party and all this stuff. And you're introduced to Quinn Lord, which I always thought Quinn Lord sounded like a Star Wars villain, but apparently that's a real little kid, and he plays like the Trick or Treat mascot guy in this that is shown throughout each one of the stories, kind of like the Crypt Keeper guy in Creep Show that keeps showing up, like the skeleton guy with the hood and stuff. And he's got a more active part in this, though, because he actually is the protector of Halloween, so to speak, and he takes care of the people that don't like Halloween. So from that story, we go on to a story, like 3 different stories that actually kind of intermingle between the 3, and it's, I believe the guy's name is, Dylan Baker, who plays a high school principal in the film. And the kid from Bad Santa comes up and he's knocking over his pumpkins and stealing his candy, and so the 2 of them have like a conversation about the meaning of Halloween. And then his son, Dylan Baker's son, kind of gets involved in it, and there's a whole backstory behind that. Not really wanting to give anything away, but he's definitely keeping the Halloween spirit in the family, so to speak. So there's that one, and then there's one with Anna Paquin where she plays like a sorority sister almost, who is getting dressed up to a costume party, and her and her sorority sisters are trying the sorority sisters are trying to get her to lose her virginity. So that's basically the basis for that episode. The other thing is, and you'll realize there's a lot of twists and turns in this as you watch it, it's not exactly the virginity that you're thinking. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And really good cast of sorority sisters in this one. Like we went and saw Sorority Row, and those women in that were just completely unbelievable. And this, and in the span of about 10 minutes, you believed in these girls like 1,000 times more than I did in watching that whole 90-minute movie. But okay, so they're out intermingling, trying to pick up guys and all this stuff, and at the same time, there's this group of little kids, probably I'd say 10 to 13-year-old kids, that are trying to gather together pumpkins and take it to the side of this culvert, because there's this old story about a bus driver who drove a bus of special needs kids off into this culvert, and everybody died because the parents were so embarrassed of their kids that they paid the bus driver to do this. And now there's a legend that the spirits of those kids haunt this place. So these kids go down, they're going to deliver these pumpkins as kind of like a peace offering, and things don't really go the way that they think they would. So you got that. And the last one is more like it reminded me of the Sunni or Zuni fetish doll in Trilogy of Terror, because it's really the story of just an old guy who hates Halloween, and he's visited by Quinn Lord, the little trick-or-treat guy that's on the cover of the DVD. He's visited by him, and it's just basically the two of them fighting throughout this house and trying to see who gets the upper hand, much like in the Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black with the little doll, chasing him around. It's one of those straightforward stories, but the guy does have a definite connection to the rest of the story. And that's the thing. I don't want to give it away, but all of the stories in the film somehow or another are connected to each other. And the way they do it is really kind of neat. So let's go through all of them, and I'll kind of give you my opinion on all of them. The weakest one to me was the one with Quinn Lord, just because there's nothing really to it. Well, there is, but there isn't. I mean, it's just a stalk and slash kind of 10-minute little romp. The best one to me was actually the one with Anna Paquin, because it's a really unique twist the way that whole story comes about. I'll just say that. And also the one with the kids going down to the culvert to drop off. That's a creepy ass little episode right there. And there's not a lot of films anymore that feature kids in general, that at least horror films that are like kind of like a Lost Boys kind of vibe to it, where the kids have to go and do something like the Monster Squad and stuff like that. So that was a nice change of pace, and it's got a great location, great atmosphere, good direction. He really draws out the tense moments throughout the film. Like, most directors don't do that anymore. They're so like ADHD type of film viewers now that they don't try to stretch it out to where it's like 2 beats longer than what you think something's going to happen. So you really, by the time something does happen, you're really tense and ready for it to happen, and not knowing what to expect by that point. And there's nothing like mind-blowing about this film, though. I mean, there's no revelations in the film where I was like, holy shit, this is like The Sixth Sense or something. No, it's nothing like that. It's just a good return to anthology filmmaking, and the way that it connects is pretty unique for a horror film. I would recommend it. I highly recommend it. Just don't go into it thinking that it's the next Halloween or the next Texas Chainsaw or the next Evil Dead or any of those kind of films, because you will be disappointed. But go into it thinking that you're going to have a good time watching an anthology film, that it's not overly gory. Not at all, really. So don't think that either. It's atmospheric. It's fun. It's well acted. It's well directed. And it is in the spirit of Halloween, for sure. So check out Trick or Treat. You can buy this now at just about anywhere. Go to warnervideo.com. Check us out. Show's coming back this week on DEADPIT.com. I'm Uncle Bill. We'll see you soon.